What is up? Whoa, look at that sax going over there. Wow. Oh my God. Mel Capello is in the house.
Everybody, I'm glistening. Can you see?
Look at that, huh? Oiled up Mel Capel, ready to take on this stream tonight.
So greasy.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the RADPack, spooky movies that made us. Yeah, we're waiting on Justin, gang. So hopefully he will chime in. That's why we were like a couple minutes late. Oh boy.
No.
Couple minutes waiting on him. But before we start this thing, we're going to be going through the Rad 9 movies that made us. So basically spooky movies that we watched throughout our life, childhood, teen years that got us into horror, or movies that kind of we like to watch around this time of year and talk about it with you guys and talk about it amongst ourselves. We don't know what we're picking over here. So Slippy, how we doing? Talk to me.
Good.
You doing good?
I'm doing good. I'm slipping and sliding over here. Sorry.
Oh my goodness. I love it.
I do have my oil prepped and ready to go though if I need to, re-grease. Just
so you're gonna there might be some relubes going on here. I like that. All right. Cool. Uh-oh. Oh boy. All right, listen, we're gonna go through the chat and see who's in the house right now.
Yikes.
Hey, quiet. Monkey, what's up, man? Dylan Prell, what's going on? When I was a kid, I watched Disney Under Wraps is great. Frankenstein and Me, I don't know if you remember. Of course I do, man. I used to watch those as well. Gus is in the house. What's up? Oh, I think we got Justin coming in. Hold up.
Hi, Gus. What's up?
Justin. What is going on, dude? Where are you, man? Justin? Are you Justin?
Where are you at?
I mean, yeah, where the heck
foliage?
is he? We're going through we're going through the chat here. We got Justin. Oh my God.
Being creepy.
Scream Watch Daily down there, ready to rock. Wow.
That?
All right, we're gonna get back to the chat while Justin slices and dices.
Ooh, I like it.
All right, so we got Gus in the house. Bob's Blu-rays. What's up, man? Oh, you did. Awesome stuff. Mika, what is going on? Girl, welcome.
Hey, girl.
Welcome. Look at that, dude. I love it. We're everywhere. I hope not. Uh-oh. Howdy, folks. I'll be passing out here shortly. Why are you going to bed already? Uncle Rad.
Uncle Rad is always with you. In our hearts.
Uh-oh. Kenny boy. Tell him Mid-Levolution sent you. It's like the Large Marge.
We see you.
Uh-oh. Justin's laughing down there. Wait. Is this Ken? Are you Ken mid-level?
Did mid-level bust our stream? Mm-mm.
What the heck? Hall & Oates in the house. Hall & Oates in the house.
What's up, Holland?
Uh-oh. Kenny boy is getting funky over here.
Mm-mm.
Oh no. Oh no.
Gus, no!
Are you Bob Orton from Bob's Blu-rays? Is that you down there? Huh. Wait a minute. That's got to be Tony. Look at him.
Basement Blues?
That's a different part of the house over there.
Is he upstairs instead of in the basement?
Is it upstairs purple? No. Oh. What is going on? Is it freaking phones going off? Jim Powers, what's up? Jack Frost, what's going on? We will start this up soon. I don't know what's going on with Justin here. What's up, Jason Muse? Ooh, ooh. Mel went to Lowe's to get a heater today. Oh, I'm way behind.
Just so I could be greaser.
Punisher Batman fan. Sam, what's going on? Oh, sweet. Jeez, Justin.
What the hell?
This is my first time joining the last
real
stream. I've seen you guys on CHS. Oh, dude, thanks so much for jumping in here. We got quite a bit of people here. If anybody is not subbed, please sub down below. The Rad Pack, we always have a party. If you check out Mel Capel over there on my on my right, left over there. Check her out at My Killer Podcast. And down below, Dead Couch and Movie Watch Daily, I think. Okay. All right. Sub over there as well. Killer intro. Thanks, dude.
Hey, Job.
Woo! I only wish. I wish my hair could do this. Yeah, Mel was getting that sax ready.
Yeah.
Still believe. Ooh.
Woo!
Oh, there's Tony. Is that you in there, Tony? I swear, I only sent you guys the thing. Justin's probably messing with us. What's up, Adrian? What's up, Movie AV Impulse? Hey, go check this guy's channel out. He's been putting out a lot of stuff lately. Supporting the pack, which I appreciate. Appreciate that. Look at that.
Aw, thanks, Mika.
We try to make it work. Let me see. Hall of Notes. Oh, boy. Mr. Tony of the Dead, what is going on? Welcome to the stream. Hi, Ice Cody. What's going on? Scratch Burno. What's up? Adrian James says, what's up, Mel?
Yo, Adrian.
Are you saying this is Durant? Dave Durant. Is it you? Dave, is that you?
Durant Cinema?
Wet Movie 1? Brendan? Is that you, Brendan?
Oh, better not.
Oh, no. Is that you, Brendan? Is it Cool Duder? Oh, I don't know. Who do you think that is? He's laughing.
Skeet Ulrich. Maybe it's Skeet down there.
Oh my goodness. There's a bunch of people in here. Vanderhoff, Joe Reese.
Hello. Sorry if you hear clinging. It's my chain belt on my chair.
What's up, Michelle? Go check out Married with Media. Miss Level over there. We got to do her a solid for crashing on her husband the other day. Unless he's in this chat right now. Michelle, is this your living room by any chance that you see down there behind Ghostface? Uh-oh. Wow.
What?
All right, gang.
Forget about it.
Who do you think that is, Mel? Is it Justin? It's not like Justin.
No idea.
It's not like Justin not to say anything.
I don't recognize the background though.
I know that's the. Oh, he's got the. Yeah, what? I know Justin's place. It's not that nice like that. It's like Pee Wee's Playhouse over there. That ain't him. It's not his house.
It's like Pee Wee's Playhouse.
All right. Well, we got one clue. You can confirm that is not my living room. So I don't think that's Ken under there. Wait a minute. It's got to be Uncle Rad. Is it Uncle Rad?
Oh, is it Uncle Rad?
Is it Uncle Rad?
Oh my God, that's creepy.
Where the heck are you? And why does your face look oiled up? Why
are you greasy?
Good evening, guys.
What's the deal, man? You're not saying
Okay,
anything.
I was getting too hot. It was getting
up.
very, very hot in there.
You're showing up late.
I need to adjust the light now. What's going on? You guys crashed my moment the other night, okay? So I had to keep you guys guessing.
You son of a gun, you.
Mid-Level Media was nice enough to have me on his channel, and you guys crashed my moment.
Aw, sorry, buddy.
No, it's all good. Glad to be here. How we doing?
We're doing good, man.
We're greasy.
This lighting is absolutely insane.
Yeah, man, I love it. I love it.
You look scary. I love it.
Oh, look at this. Let me go back to the chat here. We had people saying that's not Justin. They didn't think it was you, Paolo. I didn't know if it was you. I didn't recognize that background. Uh-oh, Ken actually said that's my shed in my backyard. Nice shed, bro. Oh, but Mr. Tony the Dead called you out, man. He said that mask is probably making him sweat, which obviously it was. And Mika thought that was hilarious, Justin. Thanks for messing with us. All right, now the Rad Pack is in the house.
There we go.
Namaste.
I'm dog sitting and house sitting for my sister. So that's the new background we got here. But we thought we'd play around, have a little fun with it. Glad to be here. How you doing, guys?
Doing good, man. I mean, it's
now I can finally fucking take a drink.
Oh, he's coming in hot. It's coming in hot.
I'm starting to get dizzy in that thing. Look cool though.
Oh, Ken's saying we have to do a redo, but he's gonna try to work on some RADPack blockers, I guess. Oh, me blockers, just me. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Need to get a VPN, man.
I know. We gotta make sure that I told Wes to put some blockers on here so Ken couldn't try to get in here tonight. I think Ken's out, but as long as Tony doesn't try to get in, I didn't know how to block him. So as long as he's not over there messing with the keys trying to get into the stream.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so gang, we are going to
like
talk about 9 movies each. So we're going to go through 9 rounds, and we're going to just talk in random, so nothing's like ranked or ordered. We don't know what each other's picked. We may have doubles here. But what we want you guys to do in the chat is we want you to just kind of let us know what you think of the titles that we pull up. Let us know if there's any that maybe every round you can say, hey, here's one that I enjoyed, because we're going to go through each round into the chat and kind of get an idea of what you guys were watching when you were younger or growing up, or what got you into horror, especially around Halloween. And because most of us, I feel like, that got into horror, Halloween is probably a great time for us to start to catch horror movies or scarier stuff early in life. What do you guys think?
Absolutely. I actually forgot. I actually had some physical copies of some really good ones that I forgot. So maybe we'll do some honorable mentions or something.
Yeah, we're definitely going to need to do some honorable mentions, because I feel like a couple of the movies were really big in my childhood, but we have talked to them to death a little bit. So I wanted to talk about different ones.
Yeah, I got all mine. I don't really necessarily have any super deep cuts, but I got some good ones.
All right. So, I mean, what we can do is, do you want to go through just a couple like honorable mentions now, just because, again, we know that they're important to us. I kind of felt the same way, and Mel had brought it up to me earlier. So, like, for instance, I'll just start really quick. Like, an honorable mention is going to be Fright Night. You guys know my story with this, seen it at a young age. We've talked to death about it. If you want to know our thoughts on Fright Night, we have like 2 videos that we did a couple weeks ago talking all things Lost Boys, all things Fright Night. So go check those out if you're new over here. But that's my first honorable mention. Mel, do you got one?
I was just going to blow through all of mine at once.
All right, do you want me to go through? Yeah, that's fine. I have
just blow through them, and then we can really focus.
Well, you know this one. Oh,
that's my jam, man.
Yeah, it's the Burbs, guys. I saw this as a young kid in the theater. I absolutely fell in love with it. I could really relate to it, being in that kind of neighborhood, and I think that's why things like Fright Night and the Burbs, resonate so much with me, is because it's kind of how I lived in the suburb area there. So I really had a fondness for those type of movies. And the last one to show is actually more of like a series. And I wish this thing had a better physical copy, but this is Are You Afraid of the Dark, the complete series. Man, like that was definitely a gateway for me to get into horror. I was watching that every Saturday night, SNCC 9:30. My brother and I would always watch it. I've seen the whole series front to back. It's been a while. We were going to do a series on it, but we kept getting flagged every time we would post videos and stuff. So maybe we'll try to figure out how to do that. But man, if you guys
what
what
edition was that?
This is a bootleg I got in a convention a long time ago, and it's got like 11 discs in here, and it's got all the episodes.
Oh, those are DVDs?
DVDs, yeah.
Oh, that's freaking awesome, man. Yeah, that was huge for me, man. That's one of the best memories as a kid growing up watching that show, man. SNCC was where it's at.
Yeah, it was big for me as well. Now, Mel, what do you got over there?
Well, now I feel like I should have grabbed the Burbs, but I guess I don't necessarily count that as a horror movie. It's more like a dark comedy to me, I guess. But
it's spooky.
Yeah, The Lost Boys. I mean, obviously, like we've talked this one to death, but I really did. I watched this movie a million times when I was a kid. So, Killer Clowns from Outer Space 2, talked to that one to death. But obviously a part of my childhood. And then Gremlins.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Like, I feel like when I think back about, God, I don't even know how old I was when I first saw this, but I don't even know if I really was like scared of this one. I don't know that I considered it a horror movie. It just was like this movie that I'd watch on Christmas, you know, and it was funny and kind of, I don't know. It was never really scary to me, but Gremlins. So those are my 3 honorable mentions.
Yeah, great ones for sure.
Yeah.
Justin, what do you got?
One of the big ones, well, one of my honorable mentions was definitely Are You Afraid of the Dark? I don't own any, that never got any sort of a release, did it?
I think Canada released like just some sets, like volume 1, nothing like by seasons. I think it was just sporadic, but man, that is overdue for a release. If there's any way to do it, you know?
And I had two in my mind that I just forgot to bring for whatever reason. Do you guys ever see Return to Oz?
Oh, yeah.
That movie used to creep me out as a kid, man. Such a weird, bizarre movie with the roller people and the weird chicken things going on. It's just such a bizarre show. And then, of course, one of the big ones, which I forgot my box set. I'm so bummed I forgot to bring it to share it. But Tales from the Crypt was massive for me. I had HBO back in the day, and I used to watch the hell out of that show. But that's something that genuinely I shouldn't have been watching when I did watch it, because it was, I mean, there's a lot of them are really cheesy, especially in the later seasons when they started filming. They moved the production to like England or somewhere over there, and like started getting lower budget. But those early ones were awesome when they had the big directors and the big cameos and things like that. I think Arnold Schwarzenegger even directed an episode, didn't he?
I don't know, man. You know, Tales from the Crypt was something that I watched quite a bit, but I didn't watch it, I think, until it came to Fox, because I never had HBO as a kid. But I have all the seasons, and you know what? It's something that I keep saying, like, I'm going to go back and just watch that from beginning to end, because I remember episodes here and there, but like, I don't know if I've seen every single one. And a lot of the episodes, I always get confused. I'm like, was it from that? Was it from another movie? So I always kind of get them mixed up, but man, what a great show. They don't have anything that cool anymore. It was such a fun time in the 90s and stuff when that was out. But before we jump in, do you have any more, Justin? Because we have a super chat coming through. Let's see. Movie AV Bimholtz. Whoa, thanks, dude. Big 20. Big 20. Thanks, broski. So he's got his list already right here. He didn't mess around. We got number 9, Halloween. Number 8, Poltergeist. Scream. Poltergeist 3, The Sadness. Cannibal Holocaust. Hereditary. Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. Dream Warriors. Halloween 4. And Stay Rad. Hey, man.
Cannibal Holocaust.
Look at that guy. Cannibal Holocaust.
That's a gnarly one, man. Let's messing around. Faces of Death. Necromantic.
Faces of Death, yes.
Wow, Mel likes that one.
I was watching that when I was way too young to be watching.
That monkey, I mean, that was something that was back when tapes were really being traded around, and it was like, if you got a hold of Faces of Death, it was like serious, you know?
Dude, it was hard for us to get a hold of it. We rented it from our movie store.
You guys actually had like a local, not like a Blockbuster or something.
Movie store called Movies America, and they had the Faces of Death VHSs. We just rented them.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was bonkers.
That is
But
funny.
I didn't even really know anything about it. So when we were watching it, we were like, man, this is weird. And then we found out later and we were like, whoa.
Can you imagine our parents had no idea what the fuck we were watching? We're downstairs in the basement watching a monkey get his skull cracked open.
And then they're eating the brains. Yeah.
A lot of them were fake. There was a lot of there was real ones mixed in with, there was a lot of fake ones too and stuff. They're kind of silly ones. I think they made 3 or 4 of them.
I think there was 3 of them. Well, I've seen 3 of them. So if there's more than that, then I don't think I've seen them.
That's a throwback, man.
It did feel like almost like illegal back then to even be watching that, because I remember
Pre-internet.
PJ's house, and he like grabbed like a video like under his mattress, like, dude, we're gonna check this out. Like it was like, don't let anybody see it, and he put it on. And I remember being like, oh my god. And
it was
I don't own any of those.
Me either.
Yeah, me either.
There was Traces of Death too. There was another series that was kind of similar that piggybacked on the back of that. And I think they kind of based their series more on like more reality. I think it's been so many years since I've seen that, but yeah, Traces of Death was a thing too. It was pretty gnarly.
That is wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, thanks so much for that. And you know what that means? The Hamster approves, baby. The Hamster approves. But yeah, so thanks, dude. Anybody in the chat right now? I'll kind of scroll through really quick before we get to our top 9, our number 9. Again, it's not ranked, but just the first one we're going to talk about. I see a lot of people saying they rented Faces of Death.
If people want to drop their whole list, fuck it, man. Drop your whole Rad 9 down in the comments for sure.
Arnold. Oh, he did. Okay. He did direct.
I thought so.
What? This is, guys, screenshot this. I want that screenshot of Basement Tony saying he rented Faces of Death.
Hell yeah.
See, I'm not the only one that rented that from the video store.
I didn't really have. It was kind of a bummer. I didn't really had. We had like a mom and pop, but it didn't last very long. I think Blockbuster came and killed it. We had one called Cotton Video. There was this massive pink sign, and it said Cotton Video. They even had like a little back room thing going on, but it was gone. The biggest memory I have of that old mom and pop shop. It was the first time I'll never forget it that I saw the cover for Dead Alive, and I was like, "What is that?" Because that was one of those amazing VHS covers. But long live the VHS store.
You know what? I knew you wouldn't try to get in here tonight. He's going to. I think I knew he wasn't going to try to get in. I was supposed to be shocked if that was him under that mask because he's supposed to be going to Scarefest.
Man, everybody's there but us. Looks like.
I know.
Why didn't we go?
Damn, everybody.
I would have loved to go.
I saw Ryan and Christian and Nick all posting their pics.
I know. It was crazy, but yeah, Uncle Rad will be there tomorrow. I don't know if Uncle Bill was there today. Maybe I don't know. We're just gonna keep them apart, I think, because there's some beef going on there. But if you guys see Uncle Rad down there tomorrow or Uncle Bill, just take a selfie with him, post it, get his face on social media. He's not on there ever. So I saw somebody bring up Erie, Indiana. Did any of you guys watch that ever?
Oh yeah, that was a great show, man.
Now, Justin, if you could think of one thing from that show that sticks in your head, is there anything off the bat?
I don't remember any individual storylines. That's one of those shows that I remember like from back in the day watching, but I couldn't tell you a storyline. It was just, it's that show, especially the intro of that show. If you go back and watch the opening sequence of the show, it's just like brings back so many memories. That's one I haven't thought about in a really, really long time. Good call on that.
Yeah, somebody mentioned that, and I remember watching it. I think it was on like a Sunday night. It was on or whatever on like public, like just like cable. And the one thing I'll always remember of that is there was one episode where these kids moved across the street and their parents put them in like Tupperware to keep them young. It was wild. I just remember that, like they'd
because it was almost like an anthology, right? Yeah.
Movie Avian Bolt said screenshot sent. I love it. Guys, at any point, throw some screenshots during the stream and then post it on your socials to let people know that we're live. And like the stream, super kick it, roundhouse it, forearm it. What do you want him to do? Kill it? Justin, what do you want him to do to it?
Drop kick that shit.
Drop kick. Slice that like button.
Kill it.
No, I moved my plate. I had a plate that I was scraping it on. Uh-oh. What's he I feel like he's throwing some veiled threats.
He's mad lately because of that Uncle Bill rant. I called him out. You saw that. Are you still mad at him? All right, so we will look at that, Mika. Thank you. We'll start with our first title. I'm just gonna grab at random right here. And we'll talk about it. So give a little backstory. My first title is going to be Halloween 2, the VHS here. Now, obviously I would have picked Halloween, but for some reason, Halloween 2 was the first one I ever saw, and it was on cable, like probably Halloween night. Maybe Halloween came on right before it. I just missed it. I remember being at my friend Ashley's house, and we'd always come in from trick-or-treating and like put on TV and try to watch horror movies. And that was one that we watched, and it was the first time I ever saw Michael Myers. And man, I loved it. And I remember going home and like pressing record on the VCR and recording like the last half of it. And then I remember watching like the last half of that movie forever, like on a recorded VHS. It basically started right before Tramer got hit by the ambulance. And forever, my brother and I like thought that was Myers. Like we couldn't figure like the concept of like it being like a copycat or just another kid with the mask on was wild. So I'm always a big Tramer fan. I got the mask here. Huge fan of that just because I grew up with part 2 as the one that I would watch kind of the most as a kid. What What do you guys got for number one, Mel?
So for number one, I grabbed Deadly Friend because from what my mom tells me, my momster, this was one of my favorite movies. And I'd make her rent it, like the VHS from the store all the time. And then I'd walk around doing like the finger thing and I'd be like,
I've still never seen it. I've just seen that GIF of that basketball scene a billion times.
Right? And I mean, honestly, that's like the only part of this movie that's like super bad, you know?
Well, from what I heard, Carpenter, or is it Craven? I'm sorry, I'm losing my horror cred. I think it's Wes Craven. It's Wes Craven.
Mm-hmm.
They made him shoot a bunch of extra stuff and kind of turn it into more of a horror movie. So they had to add some gags and goofs and stuff. But I have that edition. I just haven't cracked it open and watched it. I'm a huge Kristy Swanson fan, big Kristy Swanson fan. So
right? I feel like this movie's what triggered Buffy the Vampire Slayer for me.
The real Buffy.
Yeah.
Let's get that straight.
The best Buffy.
I love that movie so much. That should have been in my 9, honestly.
I was gonna pick it, but I didn't have the physical, and then I just have so many that I figured I could easily drop something else. But
good pick. I need to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've got to check that out. Do you remember?
I've never seen Halloween 2 either.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. So wait, are you not going to pump that? Are you not going to pump that ranking out?
I'm gonna try.
All right, I've still got 2 more to do. I've got the Rob Zombies left, which I've seen them, but it's been a couple of years.
Wait, we have to watch those too.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna bang those out because I want to get that ranking done. If we can all drop our ranking on the same day, that would be so cool.
Make me watch those.
I actually always liked the first one, to be honest with you. I hated the second one, but again, I probably haven't seen the second one since maybe kind of when the DVD came out. I think I watched like the unrated cut of it to see if it was different, but ever since then, so it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Somebody just mentioned, Flowers in the Attic. That's a great movie if you guys haven't seen that.
Another Swanson flick, yeah.
Oh, so good that is, man, so good. What do we got here? Perfect response to zombie Halloween watching Mel. Wait a minute, listen. Don't listen to Ken. Ken posted a comment today saying that he liked Bodies better than X, and I thought I was gonna friggin' hit the floor.
Yeah, you hated that.
I haven't seen Bodies yet.
He's wild. Oh my god, I watched it last night, and I swear to God, I was dumber by the time it was over. I couldn't. I was like, this is one of the worst movies I've seen all year. It was so bad.
I'm surprised you didn't like it at all. Huh?
What the heck? I can't listen to like 20-year-olds from 2022 try to like have conversation. That was so bad, man. I was like. And Pete Davidson is not funny. He's not funny, dude.
I know.
I was like, what?
He's not.
I was like, what is this guy doing? It was awful. I almost regretted buying it. Glad I didn't.
Justin, did you like it?
I gave it a pretty positive review. It wasn't like a glowing review by any means, but I had a good time with it. It had some good moments. I liked the way it ended up. I liked the ending. Decent little twist there. I had a good time with it. It could have used a little bit more blood. I wish they would have pushed that a little further, but I liked it. It wasn't fantastic. I didn't purchase it on physical, but
I mean, I'll give you props. You're a lot more elevated than I am. I'm like kind of
pretty elevated guy there.
Yeah, you're an elevated guy. I'm very simplistic.
Bodies blows.
Here we go. Oh,
it didn't make a big splash. It was kind of forgotten about pretty quickly.
Mika knows. She knows.
I bought it, but I haven't watched it yet.
No. Don't try to be cute with it's called No.
See, that's what I told you last night, Garrett.
No,
Garrett.
that's a cop-out answer, guys. Cop-out answer.
It's kind of true, though.
Well, now I feel like I need to watch it.
It's definitely worth watching. It's not. Garrett's being a little hard on it. Let's be honest.
What? Look at what Mika said. They could barely get through it. Dude, listen to me.
I saw it at the theater. I liked it. I had a good time. I saw it in the theater, so maybe that added to the fun of it, I guess.
I would have been looking out to how to get out of there. I was like, exit. No.
I'm worried now.
I bought the thing because I missed it in theaters, and A24, I'll always give them a try.
Yeah.
The neons on the poster kind of, it gets me intrigued or whatever. So I was like, ooh, what's that?
It was a really flashy.
Yeah.
You know what it was? The trailer was it was a very well-made trailer.
And the only thing that was holding me back was Pete Davidson. Like, that was it. I was like, I don't know if I could stand him for this however long, whatever.
I
Yeah.
feel the exact same way. That's why I was like, I don't really need to see this in theaters. I'll just buy it when it comes out.
And the whole story
Yeah.
kind of, I won't say anything. I don't want to spoil anything.
So I bought it, and I bought the damn 4K because it said online like it was like that's the exclusive, like from Best Buy, like it's the only way to get the 4K. So I was like, oh, I'll get it. You know,
It's a
and the
cool
thing
slip too.
yeah, but it was like still like, you know, it was $30 or whatever. Like now I look back and I'm like, man, that wasn't worth $30 at all. But I don't know. I'll just throw it in my A24 collection and never watch it again, I guess. Maybe I'll do a giveaway or something.
God, you hated that fucking movie,
dude.
Yeah,
I couldn't. It was so bad.
Tell us how you really feel.
I mean, damn.
But the thing was, it wasn't original. I've seen those concepts like 1,000 times before. You know, it's not like it was an original concept.
I think I think we're being boomers here, and I think maybe a younger audience probably appreciated it a little bit more. It's super Gen Z, man. It's like the most Gen Z movie I've ever seen.
Well, dude, look at me. I'm Johnny Lawrence. I mean, I think
That's
the same
right.
way as he does. You know what I mean? I don't get it.
It's not your audience, man.
I don't get it. Send it to the internet. Yeah, I don't know. All right, so did you do yours, Justin?
I haven't done mine yet.
Oh,
I'm just
all right,
gonna bang mine out because it's a classic. We've all seen it. We all love it. I don't remember the first time I saw this, but once I saw it, it was never the same. And I always remember watching Little Monsters back in the day over and over. I was so stoked when Vestron released this one. It's a really good addition too. There's tons of new special features. Howie Mandel does a really good a bunch of interviews, and he's like super stoked to talk about it, which was awesome. Did you watch the special features, guys?
I don't think I did. Actually.
He still has the jacket. He brought the jacket to the studio where he did his interview, and he puts on his what's his name? Forgetting his fucking name.
Who?
Maurice.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that whole movie is just classic from beginning to end, man.
It's so good. I forgot about that one because that one was mine too.
Yeah.
Just everything that you're saying, I'm like, damn it, why didn't I?
The Savage Brothers, you had Daniel Stern. Once Howie Mandel pops in. Now, I will say that kind of like Drop Dead Fred, because I revisited that for the first time in a long time after I bought it. Howie Mandel is a lot in that movie. He's super obnoxious, more so than I kind of remembered when I watched it as a kid, but it's still great. There's tons of great practical effects.
Well, it gets super dark in the end too.
It really does. The whole ending sequence it's pretty scary for a kid, you know. But yeah, it's just a classic. I love that movie, man. And the artwork on that's amazing on that Vestron edition.
Slip cover is amazing.
Yeah.
There's I don't know if it's such a weird thing. When's the last time you've watched it, Justin?
I watched it when it came out, so maybe 1 or 2 years ago.
There's Fred Savage wears a shirt in that movie that I've always wanted. I'm like, dude, I gotta find that shirt.
What is it?
It's basic. It's like a long sleeve baggy, but it's like white and like almost like a teal kind of like stripes. I want it. I want that damn shirt.
You know what? Every time I think of something like that in a movie, I'll look it up and somebody has made it. I guarantee it's on like Redbubble or something.
But it's not even like, it's just like, it could have been in like a Nautica t-shirt or something. I don't know. It doesn't have no logo.
Did you check your local Walmart? I mean,
you know what though? I actually found one that's very similar, same color scheme, but it's short sleeve, not long. But it's something I've always wanted was that. And I love that movie. Like looking at his room and seeing like the Doritos everywhere and all that stuff. It's just like, man, it brings me back to being like a kid. Cause that's how I was, you know, I'd have people over and just think you trash that room or whatever. You'd be sleeping with like crumbs all over the floor and stuff.
Did you eat peanut butter and onion sandwiches?
No, but I always wanted to. If we ever do a rad recommendations, that's what we're doing, kids.
Oh, my God,
that would be amazing. Once the movie really gets going, there's just so many classic moments where you have Buzz from Home Alone drinking the piss. You have them. There's really kind of crazy shit. Them sneaking into these kids and rooms and just absolutely like terrifying them, just terrorizing them and stuff. It's so good.
Need him, got him, got him, got him, need him, got him, need him, need him, need him, got him.
So good, man. I remember repeating that line so many times back in the day.
All right. Great choices, guys. Great stuff.
Hell yeah.
All bangers. I saw Mika mentioned one that she said, yeah, she loves it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody seems to be on board with Little Monsters, no doubt.
Hell yeah.
So round 2, because we don't have a lot of people that have mentioned any other ones that we haven't talked about. Actually, right here, Mika mentions The Gate. Awesome. Yep. Oh, definitely. Absolutely. Definitely. All right, so let's see.
Maybe talking about that one.
What do I have here? Okay. I know when we mentioned doing this, I'd mentioned it to you guys, and you both looked at me like a chicken, or like a deer in headlights, basically, being like, "Huh?" So it's kind of a deep cut. I don't know who's seen it, who's not, but this is something that I've watched every Halloween since I was probably, I don't know, 5 maybe, or whenever it came out. I don't know, but it's Garfield's Halloween. This is a damn staple in my life around Halloween. It's probably like one of the coolest Halloween cartoon specials ever, which I don't even know if they do anymore. I mean, how cool was it back in the day when like sitcoms and cartoons would actually have like Halloween specials where they'd specifically make a Halloween based episode? And that's what this is. And man, it's so good. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's still kind of creepy. There's like
is there some good kills in it?
No kills, but it's like, dude, there's this one scene with this old man, and you see him from the back, like in front of a fire. And when they turn around and see him for the first time, like that feeling that I had at 5 is like the feeling I have now. Like it's just a weird.
Listen, that stuff is perfect gateway horror, and they usually did a really good job with those kids type of stuff. To where if you watched it now, it's not scary at all. But if you're a little kid, there's things that spooked you out. So I get that stuff. There's things like that I like too. I'm glad you enjoy it, Garrett. I've never seen it.
I had to talk about that. How did you guys not see it? You grew up like around the same time I did. It was like on every single year. What? Mika hasn't either? It's like
I feel like it was like
with that one, dude.
It was like the Charlie Brown's Pumpkin special that I watched, and you know,
didn't watch that one either.
Things like that. Well, you're too cool for school, man. You're like, I ain't watching cartoons, man.
I have a real childhood.
Somebody brought up a real good one, and this almost made my list. The Roseanne Halloweens.
Those were great.
Freaking good.
They went all out.
Home Improvement did really well with those as well.
Mm-hmm.
Anchor Bay actually made a Roseanne Halloween DVD of just the Halloween episodes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool if you can try to track that thing down. But yeah, it was a weird one. It's a little deep on that one.
That used to be a big thing in the 90s, wasn't it? Where they did the big elaborate Halloween episodes. Family Matters. All those shows did it.
Oh, yeah.
Simpsons. Oh, yeah. It's really cool.
The Simpsons ones were great. Those were like something you look forward to every year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Garfield's definitely better than Bodies, Ken. No doubt. All right, Mel, what do you got? Some deep?
I don't know. Beetlejuice?
Oh, hell yeah.
I might as well bust mine out too, because I have that.
Oh, yeah, do it. I can't remember a time that I didn't know about this movie. You know what I mean? Like,
got the clamshell.
Oh, look at you.
Sick.
Being all retro down there.
This movie's so good, man.
But yeah, it's so good. It's highly rewatchable for me anyway. And yeah, like I said, I can't remember a time that I didn't know about this movie. I've just seen it so much and for so long, and it's a good one.
That's one of those things when you watch it, you have to have seen it a bunch of times, because I felt like as a kid there was always a line you missed, and whenever you rewatch it, you see a moment you never saw before or notice something you didn't notice before. It's one of those rare perfect movies where kind of every moment is just perfect. It's perfectly paced and edited. All the characters are awesome.
It's definitely one of those movies I can like say the lines as they say them.
Yeah.
But I remember the moment in time when I realized that part in the movie when Beetlejuice is on the whorehouse, and I didn't know, like, when I was a kid what that was. And then,
I didn't know what the fuck that was either.
I didn't know either.
Dante's Inferno room.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I, like, the moment in time, like, the day in the life when I realized that was a
he has the big spikes that pop out of him, and he's dancing around and shit. It's so good. They keep toying around with the idea of making another one. I don't know if I want to see that, but I'd watch Michael Keaton do anything. So,
yeah, I don't want to see that.
You don't want a sequel?
It's too far gone. Once it's too far gone, it's not ever going to be as good. Well, not even as good. It's not even going to be worth it, in my opinion.
I guess there's
where they bring it. I just don't know where they. I mean, I honestly would love to see him back as a Beetlejuice again. I don't know how he could make it work. I don't know what the heck the story could be. That's my only concern, is that it's going to be just a big failure, and then it's going to look bad on the original one. But
Yeah, it would have to be like a complete, like he visits a different pair of ghosts or something. You know what I mean? Like completely different outside of what it already was.
I guess there's a script floating around. I guess the original version of that movie, the original screenwriter, it was much darker and like went more heavy into like an R-rated hellscape type of weirdness. And then it was kind of rehashed. But from what I hear, there's an old script floating around that you can read. But I haven't sought it out, but I have heard of that.
Look at this, sweet. I think I saw Beetlejuice at the drive-in for the first time back in the day. That's where I remember seeing it. But man, it's another one. It's constant at my house. I watch it probably every year, no question.
That was just part of that amazing run of good Tim Burton movies, like his first run, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Edward Scissorhands, Beetlejuice. He just knocked all those out of the park and then just started. I don't know, man. I haven't liked a lot of his later output, to be honest with you.
Well, look at this, guys. I'm going to just show you something right here really quick before we go to the next one. Look at this. Oh my effing God, dude. Yes, I love Garfield Halloween special.
I have the damn book, too.
I have the damn book, too. It creeped me out as a kid. That old dude, damn, I love it so much. Look at Captain Horror. He knows what is up with the Garfield Halloween.
Somebody's got to have your back with the Garfield.
You guys should watch it this year.
I bet it's on YouTube. Maybe I'll check it out.
It is on YouTube.
Because I feel like that will, me being old will love it now.
I hope so. I'd be like, oh, that was a nice little special. Or you're going to be like, dude, that was terrible.
Yeah, I'll probably be like, why the hell did I watch
it? And then you go buy Bodies for $30 at the Best Buy.
Well, I already did that.
Oh, you did it. All right, see? So a free Garfield special on YouTube. That's all good. Oh, look at Mika. She's in now. See? We're winning everybody over.
Stop it.
Swipe the leg, Johnny.
All right. We are on number 3.
Moving along.
All right. It's not that. It's a little deep. Not as weird, though. But this is one that I taped off TV when I was a kid. Absolutely loved it. It's the first one of this franchise I ever seen. And it's the best one in this franchise, I think, personally, because it's just very different. It feels a lot more 80s, like horror, slasher-esque, where a lot of this franchise to me doesn't. But it's Puppet Master 2.
Oh,
so I don't know.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know what it was. I recorded this off TV. I don't know why or how, or if they were showing multiple ones, but this is the one that we recorded on tape. So I watched it quite a bit, and the little, obviously it being little toys and stuff, it really intrigued me as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I must have watched this thing so many times, and it could have been cut and edited for TV or whatever, but I love this movie. I think this is by far the best one of the whole franchise, easily.
Yeah, that one got a little bit bigger budget than the first one. I think they used to roll that one on like USA Up All Night and stuff back in the day.
That's probably where I saw it. Probably where I saw it, and it's just very different. It feels a lot more like, like a lot of the Puppet Masters take place in like Germany, Nazi Germany, and all that stuff. This one was like, it was kind of takes place in like a town. Like it felt a little bit more what I was used to watching, like a Halloween or something like that. It wasn't that Nazi Germany type stuff. So if you haven't seen part 2, I definitely recommend that one, no doubt.
Yeah, I remember watching that one when I was younger too, all the time. I always would like make my Barbies into like little killer dolls.
Like Leech Woman. This is Leech Woman.
They started to go off the rails after that one. Didn't he start moving the production to like he set up a studio in like somewhere weird like Bulgaria or Romania or something. That's where he was making all like the subspecies movies and stuff, and they did feel a little different after that.
Uh-oh, Uncle Bill's in the house.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think it's the best.
Yeah,
by far.
I'd agree.
Oh yeah. Torch sets the bed on fire. Oh no, we get the bots in here. Somebody get rid of those for me, please. Another thing is, do you guys know how to create like moderators? I don't know how to do that. Is that something I have to do, or is that
you have to make people mods?
How do I do that?
I think probably you just like right click on somebody's name or something.
Really?
Right?
I don't know. Let's see.
I think it's something like that.
Well, I'm on StreamYard, so I don't know if that. What's this little star mean? Should I press the star on Kenny Levels?
Do it.
See what happens.
Oh, don't make him a mod. I don't know.
I don't know what that means, Ken. Does that mean you're a mod? I don't know what that star means now.
With great power comes great responsibility.
I better take that star off. Maybe that's gonna let him in. Shoot.
Jenny, tell us how to mod you.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you have to be like a channel member or something? I don't even know.
No, you can just make people mods.
I don't know how to do it, Ken. Maybe I have to do it on YouTube itself, not on StreamYard. Next time. Someone got rid of them, so thank you, Movie AV Impulse. All right, so Mel, it is on you. I talked Puppet Master. What do you got for number 3?
Oh, so I got Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Me and my brother used to watch this one all the time. And for some reason, when we were younger, that soup that she makes where the like monster comes out, we always thought that soup looked so good and we wanted to eat it. So we used to try and make that soup, and it was always a concoction of like taco meat and chili stuff.
Wow. I love it.
Yeah. So Elvira was it. Watched
They
her
played.
all the time.
Did anybody watch Joe Bob Briggs last night? They played one of her other movies. I forget what it's called. The Haunted Hills. Yeah, I watched the first few minutes of it, but
Not as good.
It's not as good. I don't think as this one is. No.
How many are there? Because I know they released Scream Factory released one too. Is that the Haunted Hills one?
Haunted Hills, yeah.
Yeah.
There was
Okay.
two. There were 2, I think.
That's the one that got the cool box that you guys were talking about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And you could get a signed poster too.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see this. All right, Justin, what you got for number 3?
I got a good
baby?
one. I got some good deep cuts that are kind of like this is a good classic one. I hope people have seen this movie. Sometimes I talk to people who have never even heard of this movie, so I hope you guys have seen this one. My Boyfriend's Back.
Oh, of course.
You got that one, Mel?
I had it and then I took it out.
This one's so much fun. Like a lot of these movies that I saw for the first time, like Return to Oz and a lot of these other movies, I used to go over to my grandma's house and all the adults would hang out and drink their drinks and smoke their cigs. And me and my sister would sit in my grandma's bedroom and watch all the VHS tapes. And she would just go to Walmart. She didn't know what the hell she was buying. She'd go to whatever store and just buy a stack of VHS tapes and just dump them on the floor and say, watch this shit. And she randomly picked up this movie and we loved it. It's so funny. This is from the same writer-director as Parents, the weird Randy Quaid movie. And it's got a couple of the same actors. It's so, when you watch it now, man, it is so bizarre and surreal. It's like a fever dream. This whole movie is so strange. You have Philip Seymour Hoffman playing that weird bully guy in the school, and there's a couple other like super famous names. But I always just remember that scene where they eat that guy. He eats this neighbor or whatever, the redneck neighbor, and he ends up and he's just the head with all the bones and everything. There's so many good scenes in that movie. It's just so weird.
Oh, I used to watch that one all the time too.
Yeah, it's so fun. I love that movie.
One.
No, it's definitely cool. I was just looking over here. I have the VHS, but it's buried over there. But
yeah, I actually did a movie night. Me and my sister did a movie night video, like a whole sit down conversation. If anybody wants to check that out, but that's one of my favorites, man. I love that movie.
That was a good episode of you and your sister. I like that one a lot. I think
we need to do that again. Yeah, we need to do it again.
Definitely cool. You know what else is interesting too? That you brought up was hold on. Now I lost my train of thought here.
Something I mentioned about my Boyfriend's Back.
Did Mel just mute herself? Hold on.
I'm here.
All right. I couldn't hear you for a second. I couldn't hear you for a second.
Well, I did.
Anyway,
I
forgot what I was going to say about. I forgot what I was going to say about Boyfriend's Back. But yeah,
the actors, the director.
Sure. I forget now. We'll move on. I know. No, I know what it was going to be. When I was going to say, dude, when I used to go to my grandparents, like and stuff, dude, everybody smoked around. Like, you watch like home videos. It's like Christmas. All you just see is just like clouds of smoke, and me and my brother like sun pajamas, like sitting on the floor. And I'm like, dude, that's brutal. It was just like all just smoke, and then me and him just sitting there opening gifts. Wild.
One thing I did notice is I was looking at the back of this, the actress. I mean, of course, when you watch this movie, if you're like a young boy growing up, the girl, what's her? I never remember anybody's name ever. Missy, the actress who plays Missy, is absolutely gorgeous in this movie, and it says she's a chick from Fright Night Part 2. So I still haven't seen that, but I guess she's in Fright Night.
I think it's the girlfriend. It's
Yeah.
Charlie's girlfriend. Yeah.
I looked her up. She stopped acting years and years ago, like not too long after that movie. So she hasn't done anything in a long time. But yeah.
Jesse said Matthew McConaughey's first movie. So,
Oh, that's right. He is in that. Yep.
look at that, dude. He knows. Cigarettes everywhere.
Mm-hmm. That's what it was, man. It's crazy.
Worst Witch. We haven't mentioned that yet, but that's killer. I don't know if they're going to talk about it or not, but that's a great one for sure. All right, we're on number 4 now. What do I got here? Oh, this is an easy one. Evil Dead, the original. It's something I've been watching for such a long time. I've got an interesting, kind of a funny story with this. I bought the VHS back in the day, and my brother and I used to watch it so much, especially around Halloween. It was just part of what we did. And he ended up having a friend that he let borrow it. So he'd be like, oh, this was so great, blah, blah, you got to check it out. So he took it. His friend borrowed it. His friend's mother found him watching it, and she completely destroyed and smashed the tape into pieces.
Oh,
she caught that tree scene or something.
Yeah, I was so pissed. Then I remember, I was telling my mom, you have to tell her, you have to say something, she can't just smash it, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's bullshit, man.
So I think my mom must have said something or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, the lady ended up buying it somewhere. I don't know if it was eBay or at the store or whatever, but she ended up bringing it to my house and being like, here you go. But it was Evil Dead 2.
Oh,
so she got me Evil Dead 2 instead of the one that I had. But
had you already seen Evil Dead 2?
At that time, I hadn't anyways. So, but obviously, Evil Dead holds a special place in my heart. Evil Dead 2 was it was obviously different. It was almost like Evil Dead, but kind of on steroids in a sense, where things were just off the wall and goofy and add a little more comedy to it. So, man, I fell in love with that franchise real quick. But Evil Dead is definitely one that I started at a young age that I watched a lot. Melody.
My turn. So the next one is House.
Oh yeah.
Mainly the second one, I think. I used to watch over and over and over and over and over again.
And you got the UK, the full set there. I want that set so bad.
Yeah, this set it's pretty.
God, that thing's beautiful.
But yeah, House 1 and 2, I used to watch all the time, and I don't really have any cool stories for any of these other than these are the movies that I watched on repeat all the time. But House was one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, great one.
But yeah, I just really loved the whole the part in the bathroom when he figures out that he can break through the mirror and he can crawl in there and it's a whole different world. I freaking loved that, and I took that and I ran with it as a kid, and I was just I used to pretend I could do that in my house. Every time I went through a different door, it took me to a different world or whatever. I was clearly watching these when I was.
I've never seen those movies, man.
What,
None
you never
of
seen that?
them?
I've never
movie?
seen them. I'm just gonna bite the bullet and just buy that set off eBay or something. I want to see those movies so freaking bad.
Yeah, they're good. Well,
They slipped by me.
Two are really good. I can't remember the third one and the fourth one. I have to rewatch those. But.
The third one is it's also got another name. It's called Horror Show, and I think Screen Factory put it out as well. Yeah, so it's kind of weird that they each put it out but under different titles.
Was it a movie that they repurposed for the House series or something?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, they did that a lot back in the day, man.
Wasn't for some reason I felt like House 2 had the dude from, was it somebody from Fright Night I thought was in House 2? I forget who it would have been. It's not Charlie, right? Charlie, he's not in it.
I don't think so.
I don't know. For some reason I felt like House 2 had somebody from there and there. Look at Bass and Blues. Yeah, if they're going to be watching the DVD. He knows what's up. You're gonna send it in an envelope. Yeah, that story of her smashing my VHS probably just sent shivers down Tony's spine over there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Mid-Level Media is a mod. You did it.
Hell yeah!
You made him a mod.
Made some mods over there. I'm trying to get on his good side after that incident.
No. You're in trouble now.
Oh, there you go, Uncle Bill. Caterpillar dog.
Oh yeah. That is his favorite, isn't it?
Yeah. So who do we got? We got back to Justin.
I got a good one. Now this one, I was so stoked when this release is announced. This is a movie that I used to watch over and over and over. Like one of the first two movies, or first one or two movies with a lot of these actors: Ethan Hawke, River Phoenix, the other dude that never did a movie and nobody ever talked about it again. And that is Explorers.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys pick this one up? Oh, of course you did. Of course you picked it up.
I picked that one up, but I haven't seen that movie until I picked it up. So that was one of those movies where I saw just way too late in life, and I felt like I missed the nostalgia train with it. You know what I mean?
It's
so
like a Spielberg. It's like a Spielberg produced movie. I think Joe Dante. Who did? I think it's a Joe Dante flick. But what's interesting about this movie is a lot of people say, because it kind of, you've never seen it, Mel, you said?
No, I did see it.
Oh.
I picked up that edition and I watched it, and I just didn't jive with it. I feel like, I don't know, if I would have saw it when I was younger, it probably would have that nostalgia factor for me. But it just, I don't know.
I love River Phoenix's Wolfgang, but a lot of people I like towards the end when it gets weird and they go aboard the spaceship and they meet the big giant weird aliens. A lot of people say they like the movie up until that point, and then that kind of takes them out. But I always like the weird ending with the big spider robot inside the ship and those bizarre, freakish looking aliens. It's so
weird aliens.
Yeah, it's so strange. And he gives her that harmonica to play, and she just eats it, chews it up, and swallows it. It's so good. But every moment of that is so good, and that Ethan Hawke is great. If there's a very small role from the Can't Buy Me Love, I'm forgetting her name now, but the Cindy Mancini from Can't Buy Me Love is in that. That's like the little love interest that's waving to him in the class and stuff. So that was always a classic for me.
Yeah, that's a good one. I went years and years without watching that. I watched it as a kid, and then I didn't see it again until I bought that edition.
Yeah.
So it was a long time, but yeah, it's kind of like, it's kind of got a little bit of a Goonies vibe to it and stuff like that. So definitely see why that one was on rotation for sure. Growing up, I'm going through the chat really quick here and seeing what people. We're talking about demons. We've got a movie called Daryl. I don't know if I've seen that. Have you guys?
That's what the kid from. I always remember it's like he's like a robot kid or something. It's like a D. It's like they're a.
Oh yeah, like D period A, like a abbreviations or something. Yeah, I never saw it.
Yeah, me either.
All right, what is this? Number 5. Oh, let's see. You guys said we can lump these two together. It's on a double pack, but staple was Addams Family and Addams Family Values.
Hell yeah.
So good, man. Like, this never had the right to be that good, I think. Like, it was just done so perfectly. The sequel, the follow-up was done just as well, in my opinion. So
almost
those
better.
were definitely, what I was watching, in the early 90s around Halloween and even throughout the summer. Like, I was just obsessed with those Addams Family movies. And I think, it was kind of like gateways into more horror stuff, along with a lot of the other things we talked about. But it's my number 5 is the Addams Family and Addams Family Values that came out in the early 90s.
Yeah.
It's no monsters, but it's good, man.
It was interesting because in the 90s they attacked a couple of those different like the super old TV shows and kind of modernized it, and they somehow made it work. Like, I remember watching the Brady Bunch movies, and those are way better than they ever should have been because they're kind of poking fun at it. But Addams Family didn't really poke fun at the lore or poke fun at the IP. They just adapted it so well. And I think a lot of it was just the casting. Just perfect casting.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have perfect casting, and then the people that you get are actually doing a really good job. You have a movie that shouldn't be good, but is amazing.
100%. Absolutely.
I agree. I mean, it was one of those things too. Like, when you look at it, and like, to me, Gomez is always going to be
Raul Julia.
Yeah, like, I don't know why. I don't know if it was just I was the right age, right time, but like, he just fits that role so well. Like you said, I think the casting was just
Christopher Lloyd, Christina Ricci, Joan Cusack in the second one where she has that insane scene in the car where she's laughing and crying and shit. It's like, it's so good, man.
It really is. And you hit on the head, man. Like I love those Brady Bunch movies as well. And I actually was a really big Brady Bunch fan growing up as a kid. I'd watch it like after school, like every single day around like 4 o'clock. And they did really well with those movies. And like you said, there was no reason that those should have ever been pretty like good at all.
Well, the angle they took of keeping them exactly how they are, but putting them like a fish out of water story in the 90s was just such a good idea. They did the same thing with Dennis the Menace. John Hughes wrote the Dennis the Menace movie, and I fucking love that movie.
So good, man. I love Dennis the Menace as well.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
That
Mel,
one.
have you seen that one, Mel? Dennis the Menace? Oh, so good.
Oh, no, I was talking about Watchers.
Oh, Watchers is great.
Like, yeah, that one.
Have you seen Dennis the Menace back in the 90s?
Yeah, I think so, but it was, I don't know. I don't remember it very well.
I think you'd still like it now, I think.
John Hughes wrote the script, man.
And even like other ones, Little Rascals was good. That came out around that time.
Fuck, they were on a run with those.
Yeah, they were so good. But the scene of Dennis the Menace where he does the slingshot in his mouth when he's like snoring, and they had that cool angle where you would like in his mouth or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was so.
And Christopher Lloyd's in that too, is that creepy homeless guy.
Yep,
he's so good.
Yeah. What do you got there, kid? And the kid.
Oh, I'm glad I'm seeing love for that movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So good. I don't know. Does Dennis the Menace have a blue release? I don't know if I have it.
I think it does. I think I have it.
Jump on that. Oh, we got a good one over here. Who just said that? I think it was Mika. Where is she? Ah, The Witches.
I was gonna say that one, but I didn't have the physical, so I just
damn. I haven't picked that up too. What a great call! Hell yeah, The Witches is amazing. You're talking about the Anne Hathaway one, right?
You son of a.
I didn't even watch that one. Fuck.
I've never seen that one either. But I'm a huge Witches fan. I saw when that movie came out, I was already a fan of the book. I used to read a lot of those like Roald Dahl books. When I was in 3rd grade, my teacher used to read those to us like at the beginning of class. Like they should go from one to the other, and that was like my favorite. So when they announced the movie, I was like so all in. I love that movie.
The soup scene got me in that one too.
There's all those weird
soup.
Well, there's all those. That movie's so interesting because like the way it's directed. Who directed that one? It's not Joe Dante. It's but they did a lot of interesting camera work. They almost used those Evil Dead like Dutch angles, especially the transformation scenes. You know.
Yep.
Another Angelica Houston. She was awesome back in the day, man.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my bad. I'm letting the F. It's Saturday night, baby. We're letting the F-bombs fly.
Oh my god, it's late. I guess the G-rated superstar. It's late. It's fine, I guess.
Oh, this is like the first RADURDAY Night Live that we were talking about, right?
Oh, it is. That's it.
Fucking A.
RADURDAY Night Live, baby. I love it. All right, we are on number 6, I think.
Man, we are talking about some really fun movies, man.
A lot of them, I'm like, damn, I should have put them in my pile.
There's so many that I forgot about. Like I forgot about The Witches. So many ones like that. Yeah.
I need to get that released. I think that's a Warner Archive movie.
I think it is. I think I have it on Blue. I'm pretty sure.
I have almost bought that so many times on Amazon, and then I'd always take it out of my cart so I could put something.
It was always a little higher. Like they were charging like 25, 26 every time I looked at it. Maybe it's gone down, but
maybe that's why I couldn't pull the trigger on it.
Yeah,
man. What's up? 4K Lowdown. Smash the like button over there. We got
RADURDAY Night Live, baby. Smash that like button, baby.
We've got 60 people in here. I don't know how many likes this thing has, but go back and do it. See. All right. So I just saw another good one pop in. Oh, Peanut Butter Solution, man. That's a good movie. Have you guys seen that?
I bought the Severin release, but I haven't watched it.
Okay.
That was one that the internet really made me remember. When I was a kid, we used to rent movies like on Fridays. We'd go out to dinner, and then my mom would like run into the video store and just pick anything, bring it out. All right, we're gonna watch this. And, you know, like things like Purple People Eater were things we'd watch. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I loved Purple People Eater.
like why doesn't that?
Paris?
Yeah, like why doesn't that have any kind of release? Like, I don't think it has anything. I have a bootleg DVD still.
Oh my God.
And
If that ever gets a release, though, I'm buying it.
I think that was one of those.
If that ever gets a release, though, I'm buying it.
I think that was one of those peanut butter solution was one of those damn releases where I couldn't get the damn slipcover off it, so I just didn't watch it. Wasn't that Severin
Like
that was having that?
Overboard?
Wasn't that?
Yeah.
They had a big run where the slipcovers were so freaking tight you couldn't get the damn thing off. But I first heard about that movie on that podcast. How did this get made? You ever listen to that podcast?
I have. Yep.
Yeah,
it's like a Super Mario one or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, they did a whole episode. I was like, this movie sounds absolutely insane, and it coincided about the time they released that Blu-ray. But it looks freaking weird, man.
It's interesting, and I don't know if you're gonna even find it good now. But I think you'll appreciate it because it's so weird. It was one that like I said, my mom rented for us, and we watched it. And it was so off the walls that the years and years went by, and I kind of remembered pieces of it, but I could never, for the life of me, remember what movie that was. And until we got the internet at my house, I finally went on and like typed it in on Google, and I was able to find what it was called. And people in like a chat room or like some kind of message board were basically like, "Yeah, I thought I was dreaming about this movie," blah, blah. And I was like, "Holy shit, that's like exactly what I thought." All those years later, I was like, "Did I dream that movie or what?" Because, I mean, I don't want to. Basically, it's the dude gets a peanut butter solution, and he can, wherever you put it, you get hair. So think of two young kids. Yeah, think of two young kids.
I thought this movie was gonna be about.
Yeah. So think of two young kids going wild with that. It's crazy, and it's supposed to be for kids, but it's a really bonkers movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Canadian movie, so a lot of the kids stuff that they put out from Canada was really strange. Like a lot of stuff from Nickelodeon, like you can't do that on television. And Peanut Butter Solution, the Canadians were putting out some weird content for kids, man.
Oh yeah, stuff you'd never see now.
Yeah.
Cloak and Dagger. Oh, that's a great one.
Oh, I got to pick that up.
Very cool. I would definitely before it sells out. But who's up now? Who's next?
I think it's you, isn't it?
Me?
I don't remember.
What did you just bring up?
I already forgot.
We got into talking about the witches, and then I think we just kind of went off.
I forgot who went and what movie was last already. Maybe somebody can help us out in the chat and tell us who went. I forgot.
How many movies does everybody have left? I have 5.
Hold on, I want to.
I have 5. But one of mine was a double. I had Beetlejuice was a double that I pulled out when you said Beetlejuice.
I have 4.
Okay, so it's my turn, right?
Yeah, it's your turn. We figured it out.
We're so good.
You got
there. Dolls.
Flip it.
You guys. So dolls. I'm gonna go now. Do you guys remember this one?
I've never seen it. Who directed that one? Isn't it like Toby Hooper or some big director who did that one?
Oh God, I don't know.
I've heard amazing things about that movie. It pissed me off because I saw that thing sitting at a vintage stock one time with the slip cover, and I passed on it. And now you can't find the slip.
Yeah, you should have got it. Like none of my Scream Factories have slip covers.
Yeah.
But so this was another one that I rented all the time when I was a kid. I was just like really into the doll movies or something. But this one was really good, and it was kind of scary because I used to have a teddy bear when I was younger. That was like my jam. And then this movie has a teddy bear at the end that gets really scary. But I don't know. It's kind of like Puppet Master, but I liked this one better because I think I liked the dolls better. Like there's a jester in this one that's really creepy, and he runs around and is horrifying. He's right there.
Yeah, the cover on that is awesome, man.
Yeah, I wish I would have got the slip, but
and I watched the trailer.
Maybe one they'll put out on 4K or something.
It's all like old school stop motion and stuff too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, and I love how in the beginning too, the two people that break down, they're like super goth, and then they go into this like little old lady's house. It's all these dolls.
Is it 80s or 90s?
I rented this one way too much when I was a kid. It's definitely 80s, I think.
I think it is 80s.
Yeah.
Cool.
I did get but I mean, I've had the Kindred Steelbook forever. So Not forever. I've had it for probably like a year. Did they re-release it again or something? I don't know.
The Kindred, I think, has a new release coming.
Again?
That steelbook is still available, man. After we talked about it the other night, I actually just looked it up. It's fucking $49.99. I just can't bring myself to do that. I just can't.
I don't know if it's a new release or if it's just a different distributor is putting it out because it's coming from Synapse.
Yeah.
Oh, Cole, we already talked about it. We talked about it.
Return to Oz, hell yeah.
It was the green statues in that for me. That's what creeped me out when she had to pick her friends.
All right, Big Justin, you ready to go?
I'm ready. I got another classic. I'm just gonna throw it up on the screen there.
That's one of mine.
And you know what? That's an expensive Blu-ray you got in your hand there, pal.
I got all the Ernest on Blu-ray. I got Goes to Camp. I got Goes to Jail. I got all these, man.
I'm so jealous of that. Mine is a DVD, so that's why I didn't pull it. But I was just going to talk about it. But I'm glad.
Is this one pretty high? It's going pretty high on.
Yes, very high.
I got it for $4 or $5 at Half Price Books. Great effects. Ernest is amazing, and this is one of the better made movies in the series. That's just really timeless and classic. I love it.
I like Ernest Goes to Jail, and then Ernest Scared Stupid is right under that for me.
Ernest Goes to Jail is like underrated. Nobody talks about Ernest Goes to Jail. It's so fucking good. It's just hilarious.
That movie is so funny. It's insane.
It's so good, man.
I still crack up with like tears coming out of my eyes at that courtroom.
When he's chewing on the pen, he's got the ink.
And he like wads up the paper and puts it in his mouth.
He uses the paper and puts it in his mouth and starts chewing on it. He like committed to the bit, man.
He did. He really did.
God, that was so absurd, man. R.I.P., man.
Oh my God.
Dude, I forgot about that scene, and that is one of the most legitimately funny scenes I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah, I still cry to this day laughing.
Makes me want to watch it.
All right. Ernest Goes to Jail. Yeah, Ernest Goes to Jail. It is underrated, I feel like. They always talk about Ernest Scared Stupid and Christmas and all that stuff. And yeah, Ernest Goes to Jail is definitely a good one. Save Christmas too is a good one, I think.
I love Saves Christmas.
So we are going to round 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 6. 666. Let's see.
666.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, what are you trying to do over there?
Stream?
You cursing the
He just slipped it in really 666.
Right.
Sorry. I got the Blob remake.
Yes. The Prince cover. I love it.
Woo, so good. I love this damn movie, man. I remember seeing this as a little kid and being freaked the hell out from this thing.
That's one of the better remakes too.
Johnny Smith too, isn't it? Isn't that her in that movie?
Yeah, it's so good, man. It's so good. I remember that this came out in 88, so I'm trying to get my time for it. Yeah, I remember a girl was talking about this to me in 5th grade. And she was like, I saw this movie. It was so scary. And it was called The Blob. And then I remember all I could think about is I need to find this movie. I need to see this movie. And I think I ended up seeing it or renting it not too far after. But yeah, I've just loved it forever. I think it just works really well. And like you said, it kind of is along those same lines like The Fly and stuff where the remake is just as good as the original. So yeah, Mika said the same thing. It's definitely one of the better remakes out there. And the effects are great too. It's very 80s when the effects and stuff. So The Blob is my number 6 pick.
I love the color that they went for a really colorful version of The Blob. And I thought that was a really good move. The effects are kind of cheesy, but it still holds up. I hadn't watched that movie for years and years until that Blu-ray came out. And that movie holds up, man. It's so much fun.
It really does.
Yeah, I was like, Garrett, what the hell are you doing, man? You cursing the
I don't know.
You cursed the
We're
stream.
the only ones.
Sorry.
So do you want to skip me then? Because Ernest was one of my polls too.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we're going to talk about...
Or do you just want me to keep going and then I just won't have one for the...
Yeah, go ahead. Do one. Do another one.
All right. Actually, you know what? After you show yours, I'm gonna bounce out for 1 second and I'll be right back. All right.
Justin,
you get your Ouija board or something? Curse the stream a little bit more?
He's got to go get his tarot cards to undo what he's done.
I feel like he's doing something weird over here.
No, not. All right, go on. What do you got? What do you got?
Oh, okay.
What you got, Melody?
I'm going to go Silver. Why does that trip me up every time? I'm gonna go silver bullet.
Oh,
yeah, the hamster.
Yeah, somebody said something about this in the chat too. But yeah, this was such a great movie, and like the practical effects aren't the most amazing, but it just pops out. You just left. But you know,
You gotta perform some kind of ritual. I think he said he had to do.
Right, he has to save the stream because now we're all going to hell. But yeah, Corey Haim's in it, and he's super young, and he's riding around in that little wheelchair thing, and he has this like buddy relationship with, is it his uncle? And then
Gary Busey, man, the man, the myth, the legend.
What the hell? So the movie's kind of funny, but it's also scary, but it's also, I don't want to say it's kid appropriate, but it feels more like a kid's movie almost. You know what I mean? Maybe like an older kid's movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is so great. And I just remember this from my childhood, and I used to watch it all the time. But Corey Haim was just such a little cutie in this one. And I like that wheelchair.
I like that one because it's Corey Haim. I like those early movies, kind of like Lucas and movies like that, where Corey Haim is still like kind of like an innocent kid in that one. He's not trying to be. He's still obviously a cute kid, but he's not the super cool Corey Haim in that one. He's just just a good kid, man. His
older movies though put me off a little bit. Like, have you guys seen is it called Blown or Blown Away or
Blown Away? Where he's like having full on sex scenes.
I
Yeah.
had never seen it until like a couple of years ago, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna watch. Oh, it has Corey Haim in it. And I was like, what the?
That's when he was dating that.
In it too. And
yeah, they're both in there. It's like an erotic thriller or something.
Yeah.
It's like he was banging that Playboy playmate.
Nicole Eggert.
It literally is like they both like have this relationship with this girl, and then in the end, there's like this weird sexy scene with Corey Feldman, and I was like, no.
Feldman does not equal sexy on screen. I'm sorry, man. He ain't no heartthrob.
It was
an interesting watch for sure. I had met Nicole Eggert at a convention, and the dude that was in front of me in line was having her sign his Blown Away poster.
That's a bold move, man.
I thought it was so funny. No, he had like the full one sheet. She's like signing it. I was like, I was kind of laughing inside.
I always wondered if there's like, because I've never been to a convention, but like, do people come up with like to like Barbara Crampton with like a topless photo of her and say, "Can you sign your tits?" Or like, do people get weird like that?
Some do, yeah. I mean, you know what else is weird too is that some celebrities too, though, they have like, when you go there, they have pictures that you can choose.
Oh, okay.
Or you can bring your own item. Like I like to like bring like unique items and have them signed. Like, I mean, I'm sure people think I'm weird when I walked up to what's his name there? Edward Herman, who played Max in The Lost Boys, and I had him sign a big jar of garlic. I mean, they probably thought I was absolutely insane for this.
That's cool.
But I wanted something unique. I had the cast of Frankenhooker sign like a bottle of Beaujolais because they have it in the movie. Like, that's like weird shit.
Oh, no shit. Like that's awesome.
Yeah. Just unique items. But what's
the baby oil?
Like, the baby oil. Yeah, the baby oil. So like the last time I went to a convention, the chick who played Stephanie Tanner was there. And it was awkward because you walked up to her table and she had like one half of her photos was her as a little kid, and the other half of her photos was her in like lingerie. And you're like, okay, which one do I choose here?
That's interesting.
Yeah, so it was awkward. It's like, wait, which one do I have her sign? Her as an 8-year-old or her in like lingerie? It was awkward, right? Like, it's kind of a weird like dynamic of what you.
Well, she's giving the audience some choices, man. There's some options there for anybody.
So a lot of times celebrities will do that. Like Barbara Crampton, I don't think, but like she may have pictures of her in like
the Reanimator scene with the head.
She could. I mean, she could. When I met Barbara Crampton, I had her sign my poster for not Reanimator. What's the pink one? The one's got all the pink on it.
From Beyond.
Yeah, from Beyond. Yeah. I had her sign that.
That's cool.
But yeah, she was super nice. But yeah, it's weird. Conventions. I'm going to 2 next week and the week after. It should be interesting to see what I end up with.
Jealous.
Yeah. They're fun, dude. There's none that come around you, really.
No, there's a couple. There's a couple that happened. Feldman was here not too long ago, last year, I think. At some Kansas City Horror Con or something.
And Mel, you got nothing over there?
Nothing.
Really?
Nothing.
What would be the closest thing you think for you?
I don't know, Chicago, probably.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I went to Horror Hound and stuff goes there. That's a good one. How far is that?
Okay, then like 3.5 hours.
I mean, that might be worth checking out. Horror Hound's one of the best too. So if you ever have a chance to get over there, it's one of the best conventions, I think. So, yeah, 3.5 hours ain't bad. Like I'm going to Jersey. It's like a 5-hour ride for me. But it's cool.
Stop by the Quick Stop, man.
I'm going to Archive. I'll hit that up, and then it's always fun because I end up meeting up with a lot of people from the East Coast. We all meet there and hang out for the weekend, so it's cool. All right, Justin, it's on you, brother.
Got another banger, guys. You guys, I feel like maybe one of you guys have this in here.
Oh,
Zelda.
Good one, man.
There was this I do. It's not a really elaborate story, but I definitely remember the first time I saw this movie. I was sleepover with a friend, maybe 5th grade, something like that, 4th, 5th grade, and it was playing on TV, and my friend had already seen it, and he knew I was going to be a little bitch because I got scared in movies back in the day, and he had me start watching right at that Zelda scene, and dude, I'm traumatized. That Zelda scene, I don't care what anybody says. That's one of the scariest moments, or just like freakiest moments, when she's in that bed and she's calling for her sister, and it's just such a oh, dude, don't stop.
Never get out of bed again.
Oh, that's what she says. Never get out of bed. I think I like blocked it out of my memory. Yeah, it's a good
I was
slip.
gonna pull that one too, and I decided to pull something else instead. But you have a slip cover, don't you? Mine doesn't have a slip cover. I'm so sad.
That's what AB was saying. Yeah, I picked this one up day one. It's a nice slip.
Give
it's really
it to
cool.
me.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, that's a banger right there.
Yeah, it's cool. But yeah, I love that movie. When I watch it, I still one of my weird takes. I still like Pet Sematary 2 better. And
me too.
It's so much fun, man. Like, but the first one, just like it's so melodramatic that from its time period, it just seems a little dated, so you can't take it quite as seriously. But that moment is great, and it's some really physical. It's a dude who plays Zelda. It's not a woman. It's like a real skinny, lanky dude that they just did really great makeup on.
Yeah,
but. Never get out of bed again.
And when I watched that movie when I was younger, I absolutely loved it. But watching it now, man, that Gage scene like makes me just bawl now.
No,
like,
fair.
I just cry. It just makes me so sad. Yeah, like the part where he dies, and then at the end when he has to like put him down or whatever, I'm just like, no, they just let him kill you. He's too adorable.
I don't think they've ever done anything like that I've never seen anything like that in a movie where they kill like a little kid. Like, that was fucking crazy.
Yeah, but have you read the book?
No.
Oh man, it is so effed up. So like,
I gotta read it.
The part
I have it.
where he goes to like dig Gage up and then like get him back to the house is so morbid because
it's real descriptive and shit.
Oh, he talks about, I don't know if you guys want me to go into detail, but he talks about putting him in a bag, and then he puts the bag in the car, but he like doesn't want to put him in the trunk because it's his son, you know, and he starts feeling really bad. So he puts him in the back seat and like sets him up like he's sitting. And then as he's driving home, he's like, I don't even know if he's right side up. So he's like thinking about like the orientation. Yeah, it's like messed up.
That is wild.
I gotta read more, man. So I've started that book so many times. I have a cool hardcover book.
Yeah,
I need to read that.
Yeah, man.
God damn, that sounds insane.
It's messed up. It's really messed up. It makes you cry.
But in the movie, though, that girl is so fucking annoying, the daughter.
Oh,
she makes it rough. Yeah, she makes the movie a little rough, but watch it for Zelda.
What'd you think of the remake?
I liked the remake a lot. I loved it.
Justin, you're the worst takes. That remake was fucking terrible.
There's some great scenes in that. I'm not saying it's the best movie in the world, but there's a couple standout scenes that I thought were awesome, man. I really did. The scene where she's dancing in the living room and she's knocking things over. That scene really freaked me out when he's brushing her hair and her hair starts coming out. I thought that actress.
That scene was pretty gross.
She just did a really great job. I love John Lithgow.
They should have just made a different movie, though. They totally ripped off Pet Sematary as a cash grab. They should have just made a different movie.
Yeah.
You know?
I dug it. They spoiled the shit in the trailer.
Yeah.
Which was kind of bullshit. But again, I
Well,
think they were just afraid they didn't want to kill a little kid, man. They couldn't do it.
yeah.
I saw it in the theater and I didn't like it, but I mean, I bought it since thinking I would
Yeah.
give it another try. That's why I was asking what you guys thought of it because
Mm.
at first theater experience, I was like, I don't like it, but I haven't seen it since then.
Yeah,
I'm just the
I
master
saw
of
it in the
L takes.
theater. You are.
I just got L take after fucking L take always, and I love it. I'm
I
proud of
saw
it.
that one in theater and I was so pissed off when I left the movie theater. And then it was like Candyman. I was like, I'm not fucking buying this shit. And I didn't.
That's,
But we
Like
like
either
Pet
one of them.
Cemetery too. You know what I mean? Isn't that crazy though? Because that's objectively a bad movie too.
Oh,
But
but it's so good. It's
it's so
bad in
good.
all the right ways though. It's like so
Gus.
bad it's good, you know? Yes.
Gus and Edward Furlong.
Every time I watch that, his character gets better and better and better.
With that dinner scene, he's
Yeah.
he's got
He
the
has
mashed
the
potatoes coming out of his
potatoes.
neck.
Yeah.
So fucking good. Are you a big Pet Cemetery 2 fan, Garrett?
I like it. I like the original better though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take, dude.
It is funny that Mel said, those certain movies, something's bad when like people that have FOMO and collectors mentalities like don't buy them, especially something horror related. Like I swear to God, like I'm trying to think, like, dude,
People
I bought
hated that
Cemetery remake. I bought that. Like I think I got it maybe Black Friday. It was like really cheap. I was like, fine, I guess I'll get it because I collect horror or whatever. Maybe I'll give it a try. But like Candyman, I have not bought that.
Fuck that movie.
I said after I was done, I was like, I'm not buying this.
Never.
You know what other one I'm trying to think I never bought? Like is I have Monsters, but I had already pre-ordered that before I even saw it. What's the new one that came out? I didn't buy it. Firestarter. I didn't buy that.
I didn't watch it.
It was not good.
When I saw Zac Efron, handsome, what do they call him now? Handsome Squidward. Once I saw his face in there, I was like, nah, I ain't watching this.
Handsome Squid.
Why are they calling him that?
Because he'd got like a bunch of fillers and Botox and shit, so they've been memeing him all over because he looks so different now.
Oh,
he does look different now.
I read an article that he like broke his jaw or something.
That was like 10 years ago,
Is that
though.
true though?
I think he's bullshitting. But yeah, I didn't watch that. Did you guys even watch the Firestarter movie?
I did.
Didn't
The new one?
I did. I can't even explain it. It was really random.
You reviewed it, didn't you?
I reviewed the trailer because I'm a huge fan of the original one with Drew Barrymore. So
yeah,
I was excited for this, but nah, I didn't care for it at all. But Justin, is it you or is it Mel?
No, I just went.
Oh, you did Pet Cemetery.
I think it's you.
It's me. Okay. Deep cut coming.
Yes, we love him.
All right. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Is this another cartoon?
It's close. I would be shocked if, it was a pretty big deal when I was a kid. It was a made-for-TV movie, and I'm going to tell you right now, this thing is freaky as hell, and it is Alice in Wonderland, but it was like a made-for-TV movie in what year was this made? 1985. It was a two-parter. It was made for TV movie. It's got probably like every famous person in the movie, like ever at that time. Like Ringo Starr's in it playing like the cat or something. It's like live action, but they're playing like all the different characters. And man, this thing is super creepy. If you look online, you type in Alice in Wonderland 1985, the Jabberwocky scene still scares the shit out of me to this day. There's like this vulture, a hawk that's like trying to grab her from the sky. It's nuts, man. And it's kind of in the same vein, I think, as like the Oz one. What is it there?
I'd be actually interested to see that. They used to do those miniseries back in the day. There was a bunch of them, but like Jack and the Beanstalk and all those weird made for TV series. I'd actually be really interested to see that. Who plays Alice? Is it anybody?
Let me see who's playing Alice. I can look it up right now. But yeah, I think it was like the first part was Alice in Wonderland, and the second part was Alice Through the Looking Glass, I think it might have been called. But it was a made-for-TV flick, and it's one of those ones that my brother and I watched for so long. Natalie Gregory plays Alice. But I can run through the cast really quick, like just to give you an idea of who's in this. Ready? Like John Stamos, Bo Bridges.
Oh, shit.
Roddy McDowell, Tom McLaughlin, Ringo Starr, Charles Doherty, Let me see. I'm just running through really quick. Sammy Davis Jr. A lot of older actors and actresses. Pat
That's a hell of a
Morita is
cast.
in it. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, there's so many big names in this movie. I don't know if this is easy to find now. I'm not sure if it's readily available. I think this is the only way it was ever released. It was on this DVD. But man, I would definitely recommend. I don't know if anybody in the chat has seen this. Actually, Robert Long's seen it. It was on CBS. Yeah, my mom taped it for us when we were a kid. Okay, so Salem's Lot was on CBS as well. But I don't know if I've ever seen the 80s Hansel and Gretel, but it sounds like something that would definitely be up my alley. CBS Movie of the Week.
I'll be right back, guys. Come here, Pete. Come on, let's go outside. Come on.
Yeah, no, nobody's seen it really. Oh yeah, Scratch Bruno. Sammy Davis played the caterpillar. He did. Yep. But yeah, I recommend that to everybody who hasn't seen it. I don't know if you can see it on YouTube or not, but it's definitely a freaky movie. Just type in Alice in Wonderland 1985 Jabberwocky, and they're gonna show you a scene and just tell me that's not freaky. Yeah. What do you got?
I haven't seen that one.
Mel, what the heck? What's going on with that satellite dish? We couldn't get CBS.
Got very little on that thing. You had to like turn the dial and then watch the fuzz and see it.
Now, do you feel that because of that, did you guys watch a lot more like VHS tapes and stuff because of that?
Oh,
or
yeah.
were you?
I think that's why my monster started the whole movie library or whatever, was because we didn't watch a whole lot on TV, so we had to buy movies, and she had hundreds and hundreds of them. And
now, does she still have
cartoons?
No, does she have those still, like VHS tapes still?
So she was kind of doing what I was doing, where whenever she rebought a movie on DVD, she would get rid of her VHS tape. And I was just like, she would ask me if I wanted them. And I was like, no, I don't want them. And now I'm like, why did I do that? I should have taken all of them.
Yeah, I know. That would have been killer because she probably had so much good stuff.
Yeah, she still has some really good stuff now. Like she has special editions, like special edition VHSs of stuff that now when I look at them, I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing,
And she won't let you take them?
No.
You can't say, can I just take this? I'm not going to do anything with it. I'm going to keep it nice and neat, and I'm going to showcase it on my stream or whatever.
Well, but that's the thing, is like a lot of her stuff is just like trashed, because those are the movies that like we actually watched them, over and over and over and over again. So the boxes are all torn up and all that stuff. But yeah,
that's cool though. That's so awesome that you had that. I never, my parents were more like renting and / recording off TV. Like I didn't have a lot of legit copies of stuff. Some stuff, like every Christmas we'd get 1 or 2 Ghostbusters, Jurassic Park, Batman, Ninja Turtles, stuff like that. Some of the big ones of the year. But yeah, that's cool that she actually had like a collection.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, nobody seems to have seen Alice in Wonderland, but somebody did say they have it on Amazon for $4. Which is definitely worth it.
On physical?
I don't know. Alice on Amazon for $4. Oh yeah, $4 DVD.
Oh wow.
The Piss and Moan Club said that.
That's a new name I haven't seen.
I love that.
You bought this Alice in Wonderland? Because I did recommend it in an early video that I did. Like one of my first videos, I think. But yeah, so it is on Justin, I think, now, right?
I think it's me.
Yeah, it's Mel.
Oh, sorry, Mel. So I'm
gonna pull Justin, you might have this one in your thing. Legend.
Oh, dude, that was my next up.
Oh,
look at that.
Great minds think alike, Melody.
Darkness. Oh my God, he was like my man jam when I was younger. I loved him so much.
So jacked.
Okay. I guess when I say man jam, I wasn't like,
I
was like,
jacked up.
I was like a kid. I thought he was like the coolest beast ever, And there's this like young woman who's like frolicking around in her black, dress, and I don't know. But his voice and like the way he laughs when he's all like, I don't even, I don't
It's
even think that.
amazing.
It's so good. This movie is like one of the prettiest movies you will ever
Ridley
see.
Scott, baby. The
Good.
cinematography in that movie is fucking amazing.
It's phenomenal. Like the woman in the swamp or whatever when they get there is just like
Every frame of that movie is like a
movie.
work of art, especially like where the unicorn thing by the stream, like that whole setup, and
yeah,
it's so good.
When she tosses the rings even, and like when they're I don't know if that's supposed to be hell at the end where they're at with all the people and like the steam and just everything about this movie is beautiful. This is probably my favorite Tom Cruise movie because it's almost
he was like 19 or something, 18 or 19.
It's almost like you forget that it's him. You know what I mean?
He's got that baby face.
Yeah, I don't know. This is just a phenomenal movie.
Back in the day,
all the time.
Every once in a while, I would, when my parents were asleep, I would sneak out of my room and watch TV in the living room while they were asleep. And that movie came on, and I gave myself away because like I said, I was a little bitch when I was a kid, and Tim Curry scared me so fucking bad that I had to go in my parents' bedroom because I couldn't get back to sleep, and I was so scared. I was like, I just watched this movie. I'm sorry to wake you up. I'm so scared. And they're like, Jesus Christ, Justin. Like, because it was scary, man. His massive horns and stuff. Sideshow a few years ago. Did you see that bust that Sideshow put out? That full-size replica of Tim Curry? It was insane. Yeah.
No, but I just bought a poster of Legend, and it has him on the front of it, where it's just basically like his face from here to here, and then his horns take up like almost all of the poster.
Oh, it's so cool, man. The makeup is absolutely incredible.
Dope.
That prosthetic had to have been heavy, even if it was just like a hollow, like some kind of foam or something. Like that was a massive application on his head.
Well, and I love how in the movie they make him look like he's larger than life. Like he looks like he's just huge.
The way they shot him.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And that weird little elf kid is super freaking weird.
Yeah, he was adorable. I love him.
That was your man jam. Another one of your man jams there.
Yikes! No, I was so young. Like none of these guys were my man jam. They were just like super cool.
Yeah.
No, it's a great movie. I was actually shocked when I first found out that was Tim Curry. I'm like, what? Like that was like I didn't know right away that it was the same guy that at the time I knew from like Clue and Worst Witch and all that other stuff. And I was shocked just to see like how far he can really take his character acting and stuff. It was amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Now I actually I have it on Blu-ray, but I wasn't able to ever get that big box. So I'm like kind of hoping that that's not a 4K or it is.
There was a huge thing where this guy, when that movie was released, everybody was complaining that it wasn't a 4K. And one of the people who put together that Arrow set put out this like 25 tweet explanation of why there wouldn't. Did you see that, Mel?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, about why there wasn't going to be a 4K. Even after I got done reading it, I still didn't quite understand it. But I guess the elements aren't there for a true 4K. So even if they do release a 4K, it's not going to be like a true scan.
It's almost like this is the best it's going to look, and it won't look any better. So what's the point? Kind of situation.
Right. Yeah. Well, it was a really interesting story behind it. But it still looks amazing. So.
I have the special edition DVD.
Oh, do you?
It comes in this like clear plastic thing where you like open it up and it, like
I saw that.
And, and when you close it, it like makes a different picture. Yeah, every time you close it, it's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I need to get that edition. I only have like a standard Blu-ray director's cut or something like that.
Oh wow, you didn't, man? Did you just miss it or something before it sold out?
Yeah, I thought I was like, oh, I'll get it eventually, and then it sold out, and I was like, oh, well, I missed it.
Oh, that's I'm not gonna, man.
I think I could get the standard, but I'd rather just wait or spend more money and just get that big edition.
That's that's one where like I don't like. I mean, we always talk about how you shouldn't pay more for those out of print editions, but that might be worth shelling out like $70 or $80 for because it's beautiful, man. The artwork's amazing.
And especially if they're not going to do a 4K, they're probably, how many more times are they going to redo the Blu-ray?
I wouldn't be surprised if the studio puts out just a gimmick 4K of it.
You think so?
Well, I was kind of hoping that actually, because I was like, well, they've been doing a lot of their 4K, so I'll just wait and get that. But they haven't done it yet, so.
This one came with 2 different covers though. So it had this cover, but this was like the standard release cover, which I thought this one was beautiful.
That's a
and
really
then they
cool
had
cover.
a limited edition one, which was it the original? Was it the original artwork? No.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, it was the one where it's like he's holding the thing or whatever, and it's their faces. But I don't know. I didn't think that one was quite as good.
Yeah,
as
I remember that other one
really
too.
beautiful.
The one we have is in my opinion, it's a better cover. It's better art.
Yeah, I think so. I think
classier.
So as well. It kind of reflects more of how the movie is.
Yeah.
Great pick. So Justin, out through your next one off too.
Yep. Let's go. Oh yeah. Wait, I can. Yeah, you want to go ahead? Yeah, because I had the same one. That was my.
How many do you have left over there, bud?
2. I can just bang out my last 2.
Oh, I have one.
Because I think one of them. Oh yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. If we all have just a couple left, we can just
I
go
have
through
3.
them, right?
I have 3.
Oh, yeah. So you go. I only have 1 left.
Oh no, I have 2. 2 left. I'll throw this one out. Creep Show.
Nice.
Yeah.
So classic. Used to watch it all the time as a kid. Love this one. Love part 2. So Creep Show is definitely one. I'm sure you guys probably feel the same way.
Love it.
Great gateway horror movie back in the day. It was something that just felt so campy, and kid can kind of watch it too and get scared and whatnot. So I loved it. At the time I really loved the Stephen King story there when with the meteor shit, that one.
He's so good at that movie, hamming it up.
Good. So good. But yeah, man, I used to watch this thing all the time, and I always loved like the wraparound story with the comic book and stuff like that. So big Creep Show fan.
Isn't that Joe Hill that plays the kid, Stephen King's son, in the movie? Is that correct, or am I making that up?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the one that Atkins got to smack.
Yeah, that's right.
Which one is it? Creep Show 2 that had the raft?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that one was my favorite. I loved the raft. It was so like blobby kind of.
Did you guys get the Creep Show? That's one of those coveted Arrow releases. The Creep Show 2. Yeah, I didn't either. You got it, of course you got it.
Got it, man. I got it.
Damn it. That one came out like a little bit before I started really getting heavy into the boutique labels and stuff, so I missed that one. It's freaking awesome though. Came out in 2 different. Didn't it come like with a teal and a purple? There was like 2 different.
I got a red and a purple.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It'll be out though. They're gonna 4K it off. Don't get it now. It'll 4K that anytime now. I guarantee it.
And don't bother with 3, Red. I heard 3 is just awful.
Ah, God no. Yeah,
okay.
Not good. Whoa, Alice in Wonderland's at 187 minutes.
Well, it's like a mini series, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a 2-parter. Yeah. All right, Mel, what do you got left, kid?
So this is my last one. Me and my brother used to watch these movies all the time. Critters.
Oh yeah.
I feel people don't really give Critters like any love anymore. Is that a thing? I feel like people hate on Critters all the time now.
They should. It's amazing.
You don't hear a lot about it. I feel like people don't talk about it a lot.
I loved Critters.
They're fun, man.
They're so fun. The creepy little tiny fuzzy cute alien things.
Good, clean, innocent fun, those movies.
All of them really are so much fun. Yeah. And the space guys were always the ones that freaked me out more than the little critters did, you know. But yeah, me and my brother used to watch these all the time. I still love the Critters movies. I like
the sequels too. And I don't know if you saw the remake, or not the remake, or the new one or whatever. It was actually pretty decent too.
I bought it and I have not watched it yet.
Same.
Yeah, it's good.
I did buy it.
And good call on. I don't know who mentioned Tales from the Dark Side. That was a great one too. I always remember the mummy scene with Steve Buscemi where he gets his brain pulled out of his nose. That always stuck with me.
It's good. Jonathan Brandis in it. You got to give props for that.
Oh shit, you're right.
Oh yeah, the Brandis. But yeah, Critters is awesome. Critters is so good. It's just a fun movie. It's one of those like just pure 80s fun horror.
And I always thought the kid did really great in that first one. Whatever happened to him? Did he do anything else later? Like he had like the red hair or whatever.
I'm not sure. I can't place him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio in Critters. Was it 3?
Is the space one, wasn't it, or something like that? No, not space. It was the other one. I think it was 3. Yeah, space. I think is 4.
I don't remember that. I'll have to go back and
Yeah.
watch it.
That was his first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
I remember Leo from Growing Pains. That's when I first remember him as a
That's
kid.
wild, man.
Isn't that crazy?
I don't remember
He's
my
always,
first Leo movie.
He's the man.
Leo.
Man,
Yeah. Critters 2 had Leo. It did.
Did it?
I thought it was 3, but I could be wrong. It's been a long time since I've watched them. Just see, Mel. You got Critters on there?
Got the Critters.
Is Leo on there for part 2 or is it 3?
I don't know. It doesn't say. He's not credited on the back.
All right, Justin, what do you got left in the tank over there, buddy?
All right, I got 2, man.
Okay,
I think Mel may have mentioned, or one of you guys mentioned, Gremlins. I think everybody's talked about this one to death. It's great. But one of my favorites.
Oh,
The Gate.
Mika brought that up earlier. Yeah.
One of the ultimate, if not the ultimate, like gateway horror movie. I always remember seeing this back in the day on TV, and the scene that always stuck with me. Oh, I guess I have one more that I was kind of a honorable mention. The eyeball scene, the great stop motion. I did a super in-depth video, like the making of this whole movie, but I love The Gate, man. It's so good. Steven Dorff, just killing it in his first movie role. He's great. So much good stuff in that one.
The perspective cinematography at the end of that movie, with making the little guys little and the big guy big, and all the things that they had to do to like make that happen. Is
Until
just awesome.
I saw the documentary on this, I had no idea how they did that. Like the scene when the zombie like farmer comes in the bedroom and falls and breaks. The way they filmed that is absolutely genius. How they were on a stage and they had a bunch of little actors like 20 feet below. The camera set up. It's kind of hard to explain, but the featurettes on that edition of the Gate, the Vestron, are awesome. They went all out with the special features. I highly suggest picking this one up. But you're right, the perspective photography they did is absolutely incredible. It's amazing. The giant shoe they used to make it look like they were small and stuff. Like they really built this gigantic shoe. It looks ridiculous on set, but it's just so cool.
It's amazing.
And I just had one more. It was Lady in White. I don't know if you guys have seen this one.
Love Lady in White.
It's so good. The cloakroom mystery ghost movie. It's so good. What's that actor? He's awesome. I love that actor that's in this movie.
The little kid or
the main guy? I can't remember his name. Lucas Haas. He's great. Yeah.
Oh, that he plays. Yeah, he plays the little kid.
The kid. Yeah.
Yeah. That dude. That's a great movie. Very underrated. Very good tone. A good vibe. Works really well around Halloween.
Yeah. Spooky.
I was able to meet Katherine Hellman before she passed away.
Oh, that's awesome.
And had her sign like a Lady in White thing. So very, very cool. Good pick, man. And nobody talks about that movie.
And the original artwork on here, I didn't even switch it over, but yeah, the original artwork's really cool too. It's such a vibey, like just a true like mystery ghost story that you don't see too often, especially in the 80s when everything was so over the top with all kinds of crazy blood and gore and practical effects. That's just a really good story.
Yeah, and it was eerie in the sense, like, remember when the kid's up in the closet and that guy's like trying to get him and stuff like that, like the janitor. So it's just a real creepy movie. Now, I don't know that if that Scream Factory is like way out of print now. I'm not sure. But if anybody does, if it's not, I would recommend getting it if you don't, because it's definitely a good one.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I should check that one out.
It's awesome.
Definitely. So I've got one more. I don't know if you guys have any more.
That was my last one.
Moat.
All right. Back to kind of a random one.
Rainbow Brights Halloween.
I wish.
Yeah.
All right. So backstory on this one
I was
is
a fan of Rainbow Bright back in the day.
I don't know how old I was, but I've actually, you know what?
I was too.
I never saw the show, but I remember the doll or whatever. My neighbor had it. I never watched the show Rainbow Bright.
What, Rainbow Bright?
Yeah.
Me and my sister used to watch when I was a kid.
I used to watch it too.
Did you like My Little Pony when you were a kid?
No, I didn't. I wasn't a pony guy. I wasn't a brony, dude.
No.
I wasn't a brony.
I never watched it either, but my neighbor used to have all the ponies, and she had like, there was this one cool thing I used to always use. It was like a little purple dragon she used to have, and I used to be like, I'll be this dragon guy, and I never knew who he was to this day.
Well, now that I have to defend myself since I brought up Rainbow Bright, I just let me defend myself for a second. There was a VH. It was
defend yourself. It's awesome. It's fine.
That's cool, but
Dude,
I don't know if you guys ever had
it.
that classic Rainbow Bright movie. There was how they always used to do those cartoons. There was a bunch of really weird cartoons that ran before. Did anybody ever have that Rainbow Bright movie, the clamshell? No. Okay. This is my Garfield Halloween moment. But there was three or four shorts at the beginning of that VHS that I used to watch more than the Rainbow Bright movie. I'm just gonna say that. That's it.
Well, speaking of those old school,
like that helps you at all.
those old school movies, I'm trying to think. There was this other live action movie of like toys or something when we were kids, and it was pretty creepy. It was, I don't know if you guys remember it. You could like walk through like a mirror, and it was like into like this other land, and it kind of came out.
The bookworm one.
Maybe it could have been worms, but I remember there was this one scene with like this lady was like trying to grab something, and like this glass thing was coming down, and her hand got stuck in it. And I remember as a little kid, I was like so freaked out by that image of this lady's hand.
Not the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
No, it was like. Let me see if anybody else in the chat knows. Do you guys know what it was? It was an 80s like live action show. I think the characters, I thought it was Rainbow Bright when he was talking about it, but it's not.
I think I know what you're talking about. And that's one of those movies that I can never remember the title of, but it's like in my brain, you know?
Yeah.
Sounds interesting.
You know what? I think I know what it is. Let me just look. You guys are gonna laugh. Was there a movie for this? Yes, Hug a Bunch. That's what it is. I was just gonna say that. You remember
like that?
I've seen clips of that on like Everything Is Awful or something. That's like super bizarre and out there, isn't it?
Yeah, they like went through a mirror, and then they went into like this other land. And like there was this woman, almost like a witch or something, and she like got her hand stuck. She was trying to grab like I think like a rose or something, and her hand got stuck in like this glass thing. And I can remember as a kid, I was like so freaked out by that.
I've seen some clips, and that shit looks super freaking weird, man.
So Google Hug a Bunch on YouTube, guys. That's gonna be the next thing we're gonna look at today. So think about that. What other stream is talking about the Hug a Bunch movie?
Hug a Bunch, Rainbow Bright. What the fuck is going on?
The Hug a Bunch.
Hug a Bunch. But yeah, that one used to freak me out as a kid. But this one that I'm going to talk about now, I can remember when exactly when I bought this. This is the legit tape that I had as a kid. Loved this movie. Must have watched it like 1,000 times, and it kind of was a precursor to me really enjoying these movies themselves. And that is King Kong versus Godzilla. This VHS tape I can remember buying as a kid. It was my birthday. My aunt came to my house. And she had like a Dodge Daytona with T-tops. It actually was my first car. She gave it to me when I turned 16. But I used to think it was the coolest thing. She'd have the T-tops off. I jumped in the passenger seat, and she's like, I'm going to bring you to, I don't know, we went Ames or something, Kmart maybe. And she said, you can buy anything you want. I'm going to give you like 3 items to buy. And this was one of the items that I bought. The other one that I bought was a wrestling figure. And the third item I bought at that day was the Friday the 13th NES game for Nintendo.
Oh, dude.
So I can remember that as clear as day. I got this Friday the 13th for Nintendo and a wrestling figure. Now, I don't remember what year that would have been. Probably around the time when Friday the 13th for Nintendo came out. But, man, I became so obsessed with Godzilla after I saw this movie. Obsessed. My uncle would buy me every Christmas. He'd buy me a bunch of tapes. Like I have boatloads of VHS tapes. I have now got them on like DVD, and now I still buy them on Blu-ray. But man, old school Godzilla stuff from back in the day, I'm like all over.
So that's like the Japanese stuff where it's like the guys in the suits and stuff. Those look like so much fun, man. I've never seen those. Didn't Arrow put out a massive box set of all the Godzilla stuff?
Probably. I have them all on standalone, but you got to be careful because there's different eras of Godzilla. Like I'm
Right,
more in the
right.
era like you said, the suits, and then it got into a point I think right after like Godzilla 2000 that they started to do a lot more like CGI animation. But the old stuff like Godzilla vs. Gigan, Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, like those are the ones that Megulon, I would definitely recommend checking out. Super fun. Big Godzilla fan. I don't know what people in the chat are saying, but no one's really talking about it too much. But yeah, man, Godzilla vs. King Kong was a staple. This was the one I was watching all the time as a kid, especially around Halloween, and it got me really into those kind of monster movies.
Did you like Michael Dougherty's the King and Monsters? No.
I liked the first. I thought the first one was okay, Godzilla, but I didn't like what is it?
King of Monsters.
King of the Monsters, and I didn't like the remake of this Godzilla vs. King Kong. I didn't like them, but I did like the King Kong that just came out not too long ago called Kong. I thought that was a good one.
And they did one called Shin Godzilla too recently that I heard about.
I never saw that one. It could be good, but I didn't like the new stuff. It was too CGI heavy.
Yeah.
For me, you know. Like I said, I'm a simple guy. You know.
No, I hear you. I never checked that one out too. I wanted to watch it because it was Michael Dougherty, but every time I saw the trailer for it, like you said, it just looked like a big cartoon, man. I just can't. I don't feel immersed in that.
And that's what it was. Like these are so lame, like because it's literally in guys in suits fighting each other. But there's some scenes like if you go on YouTube and type in like the Godzilla dance, like there's this one, and it's just kind of like bonkers. Like there's this one thing he killed one of the monsters, and he does like this weird dance where he like jumps and like does this. It's the most bizarre
Godzilla's
thing.
dancing.
Dude, I'll send it to you guys.
See, I love that shit, man. I bet I would love those old movies. I guarantee you I would love all the old cheesy shit. I love it. Mothra and stuff. I always thought Mothra was cool.
Yeah, I would definitely go track these out. Somebody said that Criterion did a big set, but
that's what it was, Criterion.
There's no English, they said in it, so that's the bad part. But that's the fun part too, is getting the English dub because it's so wacky. You know, some of the dialogue and stuff in it. So
they said the Criterion, it doesn't have any dub.
So, but yeah, definitely want to check out. But that's my list. Mel, do you have any more over there?
Nope, I'm all out.
Justin, do you have any more on your end, bud?
No, that's it, man.
All right, so we're tapped out. And I know we like to keep these about 90 minutes. We're rolling on 2 hours right now. So, gang, in the chat, let us know if you guys have any questions really quick before we chime out of here. But before and as you guys are doing that, obviously we appreciate you guys checking this out. We love doing these shows. Hit that like button if you haven't. We've had around like 60 people in here the whole time. So thank you guys for hanging out with us for these last 2 hours and having a little Halloween party with us. Hopefully we gave you a couple movies that maybe you haven't seen. But Justin, what do you got coming up over on Dead Couch or Movie Watch Daily? Anything coming up before the end of the year?
I got to do something, man. I haven't posted video in a few days. I've been kind of busy. I'm kind of out of my element here, house sitting and dog sitting. So I haven't shot any content here, but I watched. I think I'm going to try to shoot a review for VHS 99. I watched that Thursday. I have a few things to say about it. I'm going to try to get those Halloween movies watched so we can I'd love to do a ranking and maybe review a couple of those, but nothing planned as of now.
Mel, you got anything coming?
So you can find me on Bob's Blu-rays on Monday. We're doing a little Halloween live stream thingy-majig.
Nice.
And then that's about all I got going on other than my regular weekly videos.
Yeah, so guys, if you haven't, make sure to sub to Mel over at My Killer Podcast, sub to Justin at Movie Watch Daily and The Dead Couch. Great channels, and I'm not biased or anything. I love their channels. They wouldn't be here if I didn't like their stuff.
Say you like my stuff.
If you're not subbed to my channel, which you guys should be on right now, please hit that subscribe button there. We did get another super chat fly in from Movie Impulse. Dude, thanks again, man. Go subscribe there to his channels. He's been doing a lot of stuff as well. Thank you. Great picks as well. Appreciate that. The hamster is going to appreciate that too. Thank you guys. Yeah, somebody's asking me. I am going to be at Chiller next weekend, so if you're there, find me. You're going to know me before I'll know you. So come say what is up. I will be there with a bunch of people. KB, thank you, man. Stay rad as well. Gus, thank you. But I'm trying to think what I have coming up. What day is it today? Saturday.
RADURDAY.
Yeah, I've got to. I've got to do. I was going to do an at close range Blu-ray review and unboxing and stuff. I'll do that. Tuesday, I will be doing the Halloween timeline breakdown on my channel with Brandon Tabata will be here with me doing that. And I think CHH is going to be here too, but it's not confirmed yet. Wednesday, I'm going to do the final episode of 101 Scariest Movie Moments with Uncle Bill. So that's on Wednesday. Thursday, I'm going to be simulcasting with Dead Pit doing The Fall and Rise of Halloween 3. And then Friday, I am off to New Jersey for Chiller. So if anybody's there, come find me.
Damn, Garrett, you were busy this week, man.
Yeah, man, no kidding.
Good, making me feel lazy as hell.
Well, they're all streams, so that's easy. Streams are easy. It's just going to find the time to do it. The shooting and editing is that's a pain in the butt. So I have to film my ranking for Halloween before I leave for Jersey, so then I can edit it in Jersey and then have it ready to go up on Monday.
My man, on the grind, dude. I love it.
That's the plan here. So, yeah, guys, that's what we got coming up on my end over there. And I know people are saying good stuff for at close range. Guys, if you haven't seen it, definitely get that new Blu-ray that just came out because I think that's the best, easiest way to get it now.
Is it Edward Norton?
No, it's Sean Penn. It's Christopher Walken.
Okay.
It's really good, man. Really, really good movie. Madonna does the theme song. That's when she was dating Chris Penn around that time.
Oh yeah.
So it's really, really cool. But yeah, I would recommend that. Yeah, I know Jesse keeps telling me this. One False Move. I've never seen it, but I'll check it out. I love Bill Paxton. Corey Cunningham rules. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for jumping in here, and make sure to hit that like if you haven't. Share the stream. We appreciate it. And like always, stay rad.
Stay weird.
Stay killer.